Hello everyone and welcome to Art Battle in Toronto. We are here tonight with 12 absolutely amazing artists on the lineup for you, getting ready to paint. And we will be starting round number 1 in just a few minutes with our first 6 artists, and they will have 20 minutes only on the clock to go from blank canvas to incredible masterpiece right in front of your eyes. And you, the audience, will vote for which artists you think are best. Head over to artbattle.com/AB2425, the link that is on your screen, to register to vote. The top 2 artists from each qualifying round will move forward into a third and final 4-artist showdown. So get ready to watch the paint fly. We will be starting round number 1 in just a few minutes. All right, welcome everyone to Art Battle Toronto. We have just started round number 1. These artists will have 20 minutes only on the clock to go from blank canvas to incredible masterpiece. I am here joined by the wonderful and amazing Tyson Cody. Welcome, Tyson.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's wonderful to be back at one of my favorite events in the city. It's always so great to be here.
Oh, so much fun. These artists are epic. We had quite a lot of applications for this month, actually. So we have really the cream of the crop here.
I love to hear that, and I can't wait to see what they come up with.
Here we are checking out Farhan, and looks like we've got the beginnings of a portrait going on here, and he's sketching it out with pencil.
Looks to me like Spider-Man.
I didn't want to spoil the surprise. He came up and told me before that he was thinking of painting a superhero, so here we are.
Very cool. It'll be interesting to see what he does with it and makes it in his own unique style.
For sure. Farhan has this really wonderful way of executing line work that infuses a lot of energy. So I think that all of the different lines that are going to be in the Spider-Man suit are going to be something that's just so good from Farhan.
Definitely worth noting that he's starting off with pencil, which is a strong choice and a different choice from many of the other artists, as you'll soon see.
And moving over here to... No, still hanging out with Farhan. We just can't get enough of this drawing. It's going really good. I like that he's taking this strategy. Farhan is an artist who's painted in multiple cities in Art Battle. He's painted in Ottawa, he's painted in Quebec City, and he loves the Art Battle Toronto artists and can name them off by heart as if he's counting baseball cards. So I know he's really excited to be with us in Toronto tonight.
Wow, that is phenomenal. And I understand the other painters in this round are all back again for more competition.
Yes, that is right. Every artist that is in round number 1 is an experienced battle artist who has painted with us before. Oh, wow. Nazreen going off right now.
Very exciting to see a huge splash of color.
And Nazreen is maybe one of the artists who's painted the most in Art Battle. She emails me every month and goes, "Where's open? I'll go anywhere."
She just can't get enough of the competition. This is very exciting to see.
She really can't. And she also, I think, is painting in Brantford this weekend as well. And lots of color down on the canvas. And we have just this mix of strokes going on in the background already.
Certainly a lot more ambiguous as to what is transpiring here, but as it always is, it'll be very exciting to see what has emerged on the next go-round.
Yeah, I'm very used to seeing a lot of landscape work from Nazreen, but the way that this is composed so far, it's really keeping me guessing. Oh wait, are we getting a figure starting to emerge?
Maybe it's a chicken wing. I'm not sure yet.
I think that I'm seeing a head from the back. I feel like I've got a little bit of a suggestion of an ear and a ponytail there.
I'm seeing that too. What is real? What is imagination? We're all here to find out.
Exactly. Watching the creativity unfold on these canvases is just so exciting, especially when you encounter a canvas that you're not quite sure about what it is yet. You get to kind of watch those pieces unfold and reveal themselves.
And that's truly what makes this kind of event so special, to be able to witness that in real time.
Moving over to Israel Clifford here. And Israel, this is his second art battle, and looks like we've got some really clean line work going down already.
And I love the underpainting of the green there. That's a bold and unique choice.
Yeah, toning the canvas with that green. Green, I find, is always a challenge to work on top of because it can really dominate all of the colors that are laid on top of that. But Israel is an artist who is very celebratory with his colors, so I'm sure that he is going to master this green for sure.
All right, artists, you have 15 minutes left. 5 points are gone.
We have 5 minutes passed on the clock. These artists have 15 minutes remaining, and they are just going for it. Okay, over here with Giovanna, and we've got a very emotive piece going on from Giovanna. Check out this hand just rising from all of these energetic brushstrokes.
Very energetic indeed, and I'm getting feelings of nature and a forest in fall.
Yeah, the way that she's got the drips going on the sides of the canvas are definitely communicating trees to me as well. Getting some of these little knuckle details in here. Hands are really, really hard to paint.
Notoriously.
And so tackling a hand in an art battle setting is a bold move for Giovanna, but she is an artist who's used to working representationally, and so I think she'll really bring it together. And here we are with Sadat Anwar.
A very intriguing figure taking shape before us.
Look at the dynamic pose that he has going on in this figure. We have the chest thrown forward and the head thrown back, and there's just so much movement in this pose.
And I love the lines that he has done very gesturally to create a sense of motion and expression with the figure's body.
Yeah, that level. Oh, I love that word that you use, gesture. When we're talking about using gesture, we're talking about capturing movement very quickly, and Sadat has done that in such a beautiful way here. Even just when we look at the bottom of the hip and you see that curving line coming off that's kind of trailing off of the figure, it's just communicating that rapid energy.
Rapid and quickness, these are words you have just said, and those are absolutely ingredients at play in this environment where they are working with water, paint, canvas, but also time.
Time is the major opponent here for sure. Okay, so this is Andre Castro. He is an art battle all-star who has painted many, many times with us before, and he actually just walked in the room tonight. We had someone who got sick, and Andre decided to replace him, so he was told about 10 minutes before he started painting that he was going to be up at the easel.
Well, I hope that person does feel better soon, but I will have to say I'm pleased to see this amazing array of shapes and colors in front of us right here. That is just spectacular.
The geometric quality of this is really fun, and I feel like it's going to start emerging and coming together as something representational. But you never know. Andre does work abstract only as well, so we could see either.
Absolutely. I was just thinking the same thing. At the moment, it merely hints at being a thing, but it could be anything.
And look how satisfying all of these squared off strokes are and the way that they're butted right up against each other. Just a master of pattern.
Absolutely, and still so much canvas to be used.
Yeah, he's definitely got a little bit of negative space going on around there to tackle with, and we are closing in on the halfway point of round number 1. Voting, I believe, is now open at the link that is on your screen, artbattle.com/AB2425. Also, all of the pieces created tonight are available for silent auction. Ooh, I feel like I have a guess already, but I don't want to say it. Any guesses from you?
I don't know. I'm not sure yet. But if you'd like to say what your guess is, I'd love to hear it.
I'll say it next time.
All right.
I'll hold on to it. I won't ruin it for anybody.
Sounds good. What are your guesses at home? If you're listening in, please let us know.
Yes, we would love to hear from you guys in the comments. And there's no guessing here of what this character is. We are definitely going for a very strong Spider-Man and really classical composition for the portrait. We're really front and center and getting that super connected energy.
The exact emotion and intention of this Spider-Man standing before us is a great mystery still. You know, it'll all come down to the eyes and the ultimate shadow and tone that he decides to go with at the end.
I just can't wait to see that additional black line work at the end that's just going to tie everything together. I'm so excited about that. And we also have just a few little strokes of blue at the bottom there. I'd love to see that fleshed out.
It's also worth mentioning that as a strategy for drawing upon pop culture for your piece is, could either play for you or play against you in terms of collecting votes for the favorite painting of the round.
Oh, that's such a good point, Tyson. It's, people will really tend to connect with pop culture characters, but it also might be too obvious of a choice for some audience members. It's really going to split the vote, and it all just comes down to the quality of the piece.
And let's hope we got some Spider-Man fans in the house.
This is so fun seeing this from Nazreen, especially as someone who's very, very familiar with her style. This is something that we actually haven't seen from Nazreen before, and she's painted in so many art battles that her bringing something new to the canvas is very exciting.
Well, it is a joy to see her try something different here for the Art Battle Toronto audience.
And we're getting lots of great movement from the skirt of our dancer here, just creeping up the sides of the canvas, also creating a lot of texture.
I'm enjoying that the white underneath is kind of creating accents of light. I wonder how much she'll keep of the white coming through.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's almost like expressing like a ruffle or like a petticoat or something underneath too.
Yeah, it's expressing a lot of joy. I feel like this woman is really having a nice moment in her dancing moment there.
Oh yeah, Nazreen is such a joyful artist and such a joy to have around Art Battle. She's just a big enthusiast and someone who always rocks the easel as well.
A piece like this would go great in an art studio or something, a movement space.
Oh yeah, look at this celebration of color coming from Israel.
I can't wait to, I'm feeling we're drawing on a public figure here. I'm not quite sure who it is quite yet, but I love the yellow and the blue and the primary contrast of these colors.
Yeah, the unexpected placement of these colors is just absolutely fantastic. I love the blue nose, and I love those hits of yellow that are coming into the cheek. And the way that Israel is just kind of knitting together all of these different colored puzzle pieces to create a cohesive whole.
Again, still so much canvas. A lot more can unfold before the round is done.
We are at the 7.5 minute mark, so these artists are committed to what they've created and are really now starting to kind of head into that detail space. Would love to see this piece extending over the sides of the canvas. I want to see that the headdress come over.
It does capture the imagination. What is going on in the scene? I feel like this person is expressing some sort of musicality or some triumphant moment.
Oh, our trees have turned into buildings here with Giovanna. And oh man, this piece just is taking on a totally different narrative for me now.
What do you think it's going on? Describe the narrative.
Well, to me, it's communicating kind of like escaping the city or battling the energy of the city. That's what I'm getting from it. And ooh, check out this cool technique that we've got here. Giovanna is actually reaching into an ink bottle and dropping ink right onto the canvas with the dropper.
Wow, that's fascinating. What it's making me think of is the hand looks like a tree in the midst of a city scene, but there's no leaves on the tree, so it makes me think that it's in winter. So this could be, a reference to growth that is about to come in the next season.
Yeah, I love this piece. I feel like whoever ends up purchasing it is going to have something that they can just gaze at and continue to interpret.
it's certainly evocative and would certainly strike up great conversations in whatever space it arrives in.
And even just seeing it, even just looking into the windows that she's created, you see the little circles from the ink dropper. Oh wow, so he's killing it with this piece.
Just wonderful. I would like to know who his muse is. Just a wonderful piece. She's very much luxuriating. It looks like she's in the sun. What a beautiful, restful moment.
And just so full of joy and contemplation and rest, and just the execution here is great too. We have moments that are more concentrated with detail and then moments that are much looser.
It definitely captures a sort of privacy. This person is very much having a moment to themselves, and it's a privilege to be invited into that moment to witness.
I love thinking about it that way. That's such a great point, Tyson. We're really having the opportunity to be in that moment with this character, and Sadat is just bringing that to us. And it's interesting that he brings this kind of quiet, contemplative moment to all of us in the midst of such an intense event.
That is very true. We all get a little pause and a moment of realize, oh, what? Pause what I was saying. Amazing things are unfolding before your eyes, folks. I hope you are enjoying this as much as we are here.
Oh my gosh, is it transparent fabric? What?
Whoa!
we were already impressed.
He is dressing her one garment at a time. That is true skill, folks.
This is awesome. I think that's one of my favorite clothing applications that I've ever seen in Art Battle. Just a few thoughtful strokes with some watered down paint to create that transparency, and then just a few flourishes.
Just amazing. And look at this.
From Andre here, we can see that he's now adding on some black line work on top of all of this pattern that he's created.
I love that. I love to see that another pattern and another style of drawing is being layered on top of the geometry.
I'm figuring out, I feel like it's a rooster almost, maybe. Or maybe it's just completely abstract. What are you seeing?
Yeah, it has organic qualities for sure. Like I could see maybe a bird. I could see maybe some sort of seed pods or something organic like a plant.
I am left speechless here because I'm just turning my head from side to side, checking out what Andre's doing, laying down all of this black work. And I feel like it's continuing to reveal itself.
It's anybody's guess at this point, and
I think it's a portrait. I think we have.
Yes, I'm seeing the profile.
Oh, amazing!
Oh, there we go. And now we got a face. How about that, folks?
That's awesome. I love when something just kind of gets revealed like that. It's like you're playing Hangman, and you figure out the word that you need.
You're right.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool, the way that this piece has come together.
And that is the power of an artist, to conjure an image before your eyes where it was not previously.
And to pull this out in our final 2 minutes, I mean, that's got to be a great audience capture as well.
That's a great point. Surely very pleasing and exciting to all who were just able to witness that.
This is very cool. I'm getting almost like the sense of a deity, like this is a god of some kind too. Intense times at Art Battle.
Absolutely. It certainly captures something almost spiritual or ritualistic.
And it also speaks to Andre's skill of being able to work that quickly on top of wet paint by adding all of that black there. Okay, back with Farhan and our Spider-Man. We have 90 seconds remaining on the clock. And Farhan is just working into that warm background there. Oh, and we do have some of that black line work within the costume, very subtly applied, but still retaining that energy. Nisreen, and she's now knit a bunch of different colors within the skirt of this figure.
It has become a flurry of hues, and now she's adding some beautiful high notes with a bright rouge.
And I just love the application with this palette knife here. We're really getting that dominant saturation on top.
And with such little time left, it's easy to imagine that she could go on like this for another 30 minutes or so, and it would be amazing to see how beautiful and expressive it becomes.
Wow, what a incredible first round for Art Battle in Toronto tonight. Quite the treat.
Absolutely. Quite the journey each one of these artists took us all on. What a treat.
Any favorites, Tyson?
Well, you know, I'd have to say that Sadat has captured one of my favorites, at least the plot twist with that addition of the dress and the way that he styled it is really quite exceptional in my opinion.
I agree. I think that he is going to be one of the artists to beat for this round. We also had some really great movement and texture from Nisreen, excellent color work from Israel, and quite the narrative story from Giovanna.
Absolutely. That's just been fascinating and certainly very evocative to the imagination.
And some excellent and unfolding pattern work from Andre, and of course our excellent Spider-Man from Farhan. Just a really fantastic round number one, and all of the artists who painted in round number one are also artists who have painted with us before. And moving into round number two, we have a fun little twist. All of the artists in round number two are brand new to Art Battle.
This will be absolutely exciting, and what an exciting environment it would be for a newcomer to paint in front of an audience, which is usually something that people do by their own self in their studio or at their home or wherever it is they've got an easel set up, sometimes in the park, but rarely with an audience that's so hungry for competition.
Oh, so good. And we are checking out Natasha Dishpan right now, who was our opening artist, and her piece is also available in the silent auction. We're actually seeing some silent auction bids come up on the screen right now, so bid early and bid often. You don't need to be in the room to claim any of these pieces and collect any of these works. We will be back for round number two with our next 6 artists in just a few minutes. Stay tuned for round number 2, and in the meantime, get to voting at artbattle.com/AB2425. All right, we have just started round number 2, our second round of Art Battle in Toronto tonight. My name is Morgan Booth, and I am here with actor, musician, and generally creative dude, Tyson Cody. Welcome, Tyson.
Thank you so much. It's exceptional to be back.
Oh man, these guys, I am so excited for them because not only are these we're excited to see them obviously, but all of these artists are new to Art Battle. This is their very first time painting at the Art Battle easel.
And as their paintbrushes have met their canvases, there is already a flurry of action and excitement and images taking shape.
Right now we are checking out Ariel, Hosani, and we have lots of color hitting the canvas. We've got some kind of neutrals up in the top and then some super vibrant green at the bottom.
She is painting on a mission. She's got a lot of energy with her strokes, and it seems to be that she knows exactly what she's trying to achieve.
And check out the vibrancy here. I'm actually really digging how we have those kind of blended out neutral colors and then that pop of vibrancy already.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Theo. Theo is someone that I was really, really excited to see paint. He is actually a self-taught artist, and he works in realism, so how crazy is that?
Absolutely, and another pencil drawing to start off. So, again, a great technique, and everybody has got a different approach to starting off their paintings.
And we're definitely seeing some drafts work in here. Starting off strong with a brow.
You got to start with a good brow sometimes.
Yeah, got to get it on fleek.
There we go.
Okay, and we can see that he has mapped out all of the proportions of the face. Theo's work is so totally specific that it's no surprise to me that he's laying some extra groundwork here to make sure that he gets these proportions correct.
It's very interesting as well to see so much mapped out already, and it just really makes you think, what will be the surprise? There's always something that surprises you.
Whoa, Serena! Lots of color and vibrancy going on.
Lots of movement in what appears to be hair, and the background is so wonderful. The ratio of paint to water creating some lovely purling effects.
Yeah, the blue is just washed out and watered down enough that we really are seeing all of these swirls and then these organic drips starting to come down. And then, of course, we've got this super intense texture happening in what I believe is going to be hair on a portrait.
But we could be wrong. You never know, folks, and it's only the first time that we are able to see these images take shape before you.
Ooh, so sumptuous.
Absolutely. There's a lot of affection going on into this painting, it would appear.
Oh, I'm having so much fun just watching Serena scraping and applying.
And it'll be interesting to see if they decide to bring out the brush at any point and, apply some different techniques. Oh, it appears that that is happening as we speak.
And going to be moving in, I think, into maybe some of the features of our portrait.
Yeah.
Oh, we just got a little taste of Natasha's.
Can't wait to see it on the next go round.
Yes.
Ooh, loving this.
Boom. So Natasha, I believe, is actually using oils, which is something that we don't often see at Art Battle. Mostly it's acrylic.
Wow, that is a bold choice. And for those of you who don't know, oil is far more of a difficult medium to work with and far less forgiving than acrylic is.
And it's going to stay wet the entire time. It's going to be wet for a week after she paints this, so there's the added pressure there.
Well, it's clear that Natasha has a great idea of the shape that she's trying to create here. Obviously, it's a wonderful skull shape, and she's really taken advantage of a lot of the canvas already to create this form.
Yeah, this is a 4-minute painting so far, and look how amazingly it's coming together.
Monochromatic as well, a bold choice.
I love the stroke that is coming over the bridge of the nose, that you can see the brush stroke in there. You can see the little bit of bristles of the brush and also a little soft blend on either side of it. That's my favorite stroke of the painting so far.
A stroke of genius, truly.
Oh, I love this piece. Look how quickly it's coming together.
It's just amazing. And obviously, to make such a choice and depict a skull is going to be evocative right off the top, and a very strong choice for a competition such as this.
And here we are with our wildcard artist, Shirley, and we have quite a mature painting technique already off the bat. We've got kind of this pointillism brushwork happening.
Absolutely, and she seems to be quite comfortable in this element. We don't know much about Shirley. As mentioned, she is the wild card tonight, so it'll be extra exciting to see what she comes up with for us here and for those of you watching at home.
All right, and this gorgeous portrait being started by Cassandra. And Cassandra, this is her first art battle, but she was actually recommended to paint by one of our champion artists, Katrina Canedo.
Amazing.
Who works with Cassandra at the same tattoo shop.
Oh, very cool. Well, Cassandra is clearly demonstrating great skill in the simplicity of this expression that is, to me, quite intriguing.
I'm really enjoying the little shadow that she's working on with the nose here right now. And just noses are such a difficult shape to get across in a portrait, and I think that Cassandra's doing a really good job at establishing that. There's kind of the fullness and the volume of the nose right at the tip, and then you move into the shadow in the bottom.
The nose knows, and clearly Cassandra knows as well, so can't wait to see it on the next go round.
Perfect. Perfection. All right, back with Ariel, and Ariel is someone who creates work that is based on visions and dream work, so she's very much into a surreal space.
I could not have expected this, and I hope that you are all as dazzled and delighted by this surprise and this intriguing figure emerging from what can only be described as murky muck.
Oh, I'm so happy with this moment that we're capturing right now.
Absolutely.
With the The way that she just put in those irises there, and we're really getting the sense that there's light bouncing into them, almost like a creature's eyes being reflected in the night.
Yes, or light emerging from them. It's hard to say at this point. Something magic is afoot, that's for sure.
Yeah, this piece is intense. And again, with the balance of vibrancy next to a little bit more neutral tones.
And not a dissimilar color palette over here with Theo, but far more, I would say maybe a little bit more elegant in the subject matter. This is a beautiful moment that's emerging.
Yeah, we're definitely getting that kind of contemplative expression happening, and I'm really, really enjoying the way that Theo is expressing the planes of the face. We have the height from the chin and the cheeks being expressed with those white portions there.
Another private moment seems to be emerging in front of our eyes, and it's just wonderful to see. Wonderful again to be invited into the moment of the figure being illustrated.
Ooh, and a sponge technique. That's not something that we often see being expressed in the realist space or being used in the realist space as these sponges.
That's a great point, and I suppose that might come down to Theo's self-taught, intuitive approach to painting.
I love the way this piece is coming together. I also like that we have this central composition, and I think that he's starting to bring it out into other spaces.
So true. Back to Serena, and incredible textures and color mixtures arriving on this canvas.
I'm so into it. Look at the way that this super hot, energetic orange is coming through in the hair.
I wonder if they know this person, if they are a friend or anybody close to them, because there's a lot of feeling here, and this, as I said before, it's a very affectionate piece that is here to dazzle us.
Yes, I agree. Being created with a lot of love, I think. And I love that we just went from having hair to being a floral.
Absolutely. Floral, and then once again to the bare bones, to no hair at all.
Check out the pop on that cheekbone.
Just amazing, and so much mood in that deep blue.
And we are just at the halfway point now. 10 minutes remaining on the timer for these artists.
Just amazing what can take shape in such a short amount of time. And as always, the last 10 minutes is where things can really go in amazing directions as well.
I think that there may potentially be some challenge in here for Natasha working into the teeth of that skull, given that the paint that she's working with is so wet and creamy. It might be difficult to work on top of. Okay, here with Shirley, our wildcard artist, who is definitely going into Van Gogh territory.
I can see that, absolutely.
We're definitely very much in the impressionist space with this piece by our wildcard artist. Lots of rapid, short strokes expressing movement and light.
Definitely seeing Starry, Starry Night, and, you know, it's an absolute classic painting, so, you know, as they say, play the hits. And Shirley is really tapping into something familiar and nonetheless beautiful.
And literally tapping. Look how fast she is moving those brushes, and she's just switching them from hand to hand with each color. We've got one with yellow, one with blue, and she's switching them between her hands.
She is on a mission, and she knows what she is here to do.
And so much accomplished in our first 11 minutes here from Shirley. Voting is now open at artbattle.com/AB2425. The top two artists from our first round and from this round will move forward into a 4-artist final showdown. So make sure that you get registered to vote at the link that's on the screen.
Incredible to arrive back at Natasha's canvas. Keeping to the simplicity as seen before, and the more that's added, the more we're drawn into the expression of this person.
Yes, Cassandra's got just so much going on here with this palette, and we have that hit of orange just coming through and really providing that point of color saturation against our skin tones.
Sorry, yes, I did misspeak that we are looking at Cassandra's amazing painting here.
And I'm really enjoying the organic quality of some of the water coming through the face of the portrait.
Absolutely. It looks a bit like hair coming down over the eye.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
This is so intense from Ariel.
This has to be a contender, I would say, because of the bold choice and the very bold imagery that has emerged here on the canvas.
And the execution, too. Like, when we're looking at all of the foliage that's coming off of our creature's head, we see all these lows and highs in the contrast as well.
So much movement and so much life. You really capture a nice organic essence. Creepy if they were to emerge.
Yeah. We'll let this guy hang out in the painting.
Yeah.
You look beautiful, but please stay where you are.
And we are also taking suggestions for names of this creature by Ariel in the comments if anyone comes up with anything.
Wow. In this shot, we can really see a nice contrast between the different paintings that are taking place here at Art Battle Toronto. And we are back with Theo.
Such a beautiful, soft expression. And I think the additions on the side here are leaning into the floral.
Absolutely, and still about 8 minutes left, so there's still lots that can unfold here, and you never know where it's going to go in the last moments.
Ooh, check out this beautiful gesture of, I believe that these are going to be fingers that are just kind of creeping onto the chest and just resting there lightly.
A very delicate pose.
So delicate, and it's so difficult to get that level of weightlessness and gesture. Wow, very great job from Theo. Back with Serena here.
Similarly depicted a moment of repose and another inward moment here by Serena. This is quite beautiful, and it's taken on more of a somber tone.
There are 5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes left in the second round.
We have just 5 minutes remaining in the second round, and Serena is really bringing it home with this black line work to just kind of make everything pop.
Now, I could be wrong, but I think the individual that Serena has painted here might be a flower.
I love it. And, oh, my favorite part, the highlights.
Yes.
This piece is just so sweetly emerging and growing.
Just like a flower.
Cool.
Yes.
So unexpected.
Loving the red accents. Who could have called it?
Not me. This is awesome, and it's providing such a contrast too to all of these smooth blends with this line work.
Is that pastel?
I think it is oil pastel.
Okay, we've got a multimedia piece taking place here, folks.
Loving it. And the way that she's following these contours as well, we can see just within the movement of her hand that these decisions are being made on the fly, and there's an organic quality there.
Absolutely. It really reflects, when you're looking at a skull, the unique little contours and lines that are there that you just take for granted that are inside all of us.
And here she's also solving the problem that I thought that she might have with the teeth, but she's completely solving that by drawing them on. This piece is so smart. I'm into it.
Big time.
And back with our wild card Shirley, who has really managed her time and killed it.
And from memory, quite a strong impression of Starry Night here.
And we've got our buildings being added in the bottom corner as well. I wonder if she was at the AGO today.
I would not be surprised. Or maybe it's her favorite painting.
Perhaps. but really just doing a stellar job at capturing that energy and creating this really wonderful tribute.
It's absolutely one of my favorites, at least one of my top 5 paintings of this round.
Ooh, I love the hit of yellow on one of the rooftops and then the blue in the house. Back with Cassandra here. And I'm enjoying the way that Cassandra has points of this painting that are a little bit tighter and then points that she's very intentionally making very loose.
I'm still captivated by the expression of this character.
It's almost a questioning kind of face. It's like seeking for an answer from the audience.
There's an urgency there.
And that urgency is just kind of underlined by the palette here that is creating that little bit of tension. Ooh, and some nice little highlights on the neck there. This guy, he gets better every time.
And the addition of even more biomaterial, plants and twigs. Seems like we are in some sort of marshland.
And the weight that's being added to the canvas, to the composition at the bottom here with all of these dark plants is really nice too. It grounds the piece. We're down into our final minute. Make sure that you get registered to vote at artbattle.com/AB2425.
In these last couple minutes, sometimes artists will pull off a maneuver that you couldn't have anticipated, even if you were a psychic. So it'll be fun to see exactly how these artists bring their paintings to a close.
Into our final 30 seconds here. Oh, this round has been phenomenal. So much talent displayed at the easels. Phenomenal second round for Art Battle in Toronto tonight. Of course, with all of our brand new artists in this second round. Tyson, any favorites?
Well, I think that one of my favorites has to be Natasha's beautiful skull. Frankly, you know, she came in real strong with a very bold shape right off the top. Again, an amazing use of the entirety of the canvas and doing so much with so little.
Totally. She really took that minimal color palette and just really did so much with it. And I'm totally a sucker for minimalist color palettes and limited palettes, so I love it. Another favorite, I would say, is Serena.
Yes, absolutely. A really unique image here, and it really captures the imagination. A lot of feeling is there as well.
And that sumptuousness of the way that they laid down all of that paint with the palette knife of the floral petals around the portrait. So nice.
It would be a fun painting to get up close to and really take in all the details.
And if you want to purchase that piece and take in all the details right up close, you can do so at artbattle.com/AB2425. We can see bids coming in right now already, but in addition to bidding, you have a more important job. You got to vote, and you will be voting for the top 2 artists, or you'll be voting for your favorite artist, and the top 2 artists from round number 1 and round number 2 will be moving forward into the 4-artist final showdown.
That's right. Even if you are watching from home, we love your engagement. We love for you to vote and to stay involved with us here. And we wish you could be here with us.
All right, we will be back in just a few minutes with the winner announcement, and we will find out who will be moving forward into the 3rd and final round. Make sure that you get registered to vote at the link that's on the screen, artbattle.com/AB2425, and support your favorite artists with their votes. Back for our winner announcement in just a few minutes. We have just begun our 3rd and final round of Art Battle in Toronto tonight. My name is Morgan Booth, and I am joined by all-around creative dude, Tyson Cody. Welcome, Tyson.
Thanks so much, Morgan. It's great to be here again, and the vibes in the room are exquisite. And I hope you're having a great time watching at home as well.
Oh man, the top 4 artists. I am so excited that these are the guys that we get to see paint. Again, we have Ariel working right now.
And she's bringing the rhythm. She is dancing with the canvas right now. And again, with the very confident broad strokes that she started off her first painting with.
And again, with that same kind of neutrality off to the start with a little hit of vibrancy. It's really interesting watching the way that Ariel brings her pieces together.
Absolutely.
And here we are with Natasha Bianca. Again, artist, her first time painting an art battle, and she's made it to the final.
And trying something different this round with a reference picture, somebody's mouth.
And again, our only artist in the battle tonight who is working in oil. Sadat Anwar here working on a portrait of a similar scale and another female figure.
A different kind of feeling taking shape. And if this painting will be anything like the last, the true magic may emerge in the depiction of the textiles.
I loved that. Oh my gosh. I feel like this piece is going to end up being a great partner piece for Sadat's qualifying round piece.
And folks at home, you can bid to own these paintings, so you could take home the pair.
And you can bid at artbattle.com/AB2425, the link that is on your screen. Okay, Andre here, and so much fun. Andre didn't even know that he was painting tonight. He walked into the room, somebody had dropped out. I said, "You're up."
Truly awesome. It looks like I'm getting Noche Libre type of wrestling mask imagery here, but you know, who's to say how it's going to unfold here?
And something that I love about watching Andre paint is all of these different patterns that he layers together, and just the piece just kind of emerges. We've got this hot orange going on right now.
Interesting as well that Andre started his last painting in a far more abstract geometric fashion, and this one we are starting off with the clear representation of a face.
Whoa, lots has happened since we were last hanging out with Ariel. We now have a full establishment of a foreground and I think beach scene.
Absolutely.
I'm interested to see whether or not this piece is going to take on the same kind of ominous energy that she had going on in her first round qualifying piece of that creature emerging from the water.
Yeah. The last one was so fantastical, and it's, arguably what helped her get to this round. So we'll see if she sticks to that theme or tries to take it in a different direction.
I'm also enjoying the mix of this kind of sienna-ish color next to this purpley blue. I think it's providing a nice contrast.
It does, absolutely, and a very interesting tone. Ooh, okay. Some bold black come here in the foreground.
And just check out Ariel dancing, too. She is just absolutely thriving right now.
Oh, wow.
We can really see the oil usage here from Natasha, just in the way that how softly these gradients are being expressed in the lips.
And there's such interesting texture in each brush stroke.
Yeah, I love that drag. I'm a sucker for a couple of bristles there. Give me that texture. I love it.
Big bristle fan, hey?
Oh, big bristle fan. And it looks like we have Natasha painting some teeth in right now, which is always a challenging component of a portrait.
Sadat bringing the background to life to really set the backdrop for this beautiful figure.
Yes, and check out all of these bristly strokes happening on this canvas as well. We've got just some gorgeous texture just kind of pushing and pulling into this yellow color in the background.
Absolutely, and it's really a very, very beautiful composition as well. There's a sort of a geometry to the figure that's really being contrasted beautifully by the colors that are expressed in the background.
That's such a great point. There's an angularity there coming off of kind of the hair of the figure and down into the shoulders. You're so right. That's something that I'm really enjoying about this piece as well.
All right, and Sadat is bringing some color into the face.
And so careful. He's kind of got to switch techniques and switch parts of his brain almost from working very largely and loosely to these tighter, more established strokes.
Okay, Andre is bringing the ferocity here.
Loving the symmetry in this luchador. It's so much fun. And totally, you were so right about how he started off his last piece abstract and is starting with a recognition here. And I think that the crowd is really going to enjoy that kind of flip of technique.
A flip of technique indeed. As the more and more brushstrokes he adds into this, I imagine it'll descend or ascend into the realm of the abstract even more than it is now.
And I love the way that he always is putting a contrasting color right next to each other, and you just get that color vibration. Your cones and rods are working overtime in your eyeballs.
My cones and rods are very happy right now.
And this ominous landscape from Ariel just really coming together, and we've got a canyon now being established.
Absolutely. Not the beach we thought it was, and not quite a soothing scene. There seems to be, this is a challenging terrain that is being depicted.
It's feeling very cinematic. I feel like the main character just kind of on the journey. I'm Frodoing right now in this landscape.
I'm feeling that, absolutely.
We're encountering this ominous space on our way to Mordor.
Whatever it is that lies before will definitely involve traversing this strange and mystical land.
And I love having the knowledge that Ariel paints from dreams and visions. So this is a space that is combined as well. We don't have any reference work here either.
We are guests here in Ariel's vision, and it is so cool to see it unfold.
And this chasm that she's establishing, and I love the way that she has built this piece, and it's just continuing to gain more and more points of interest. Back with Natasha now and our painting of lips, and she's done such a great job of establishing the nose and the shape of the nostrils.
And she's really taking her time to construct the face, which seems to be sort of expanding out from, piece by piece.
Oh, I love that red. Oh, I love it. Look at the level of vibrancy and depth that is coming from that red, and the way that it's playing with the pink. So many great techniques on display here from Natasha. And we are just approaching our halfway minute mark. There are 11 minutes left on the canvas, and these artists are entering into their final half of the round. They have just 10 minutes remaining.
These painters have arrived at this round thanks to your votes at home and the votes contributed by the visitors here at the Great Hall for Art Battle Toronto.
Look at the angle on that cheekbone. I am so about it. The way that he has captured the highlights on the face here it's so effortless.
Absolutely, and true elegance taking shape here in the mouth. A beautiful, quiet moment of repose, and I love what appears to be a floral piece in her hair.
Yeah, just such subtle, gorgeous details here from Sadat. And just a reminder to our audience, Sadat is also a previous Art Battle winner, so I think he came to paint very seriously tonight. He's looking to get into those Toronto finals.
Well, there's a lot at play for these artists. There's the time factor, There is choosing a subject matter that is going to be pleasing for the audience so that they can strategize moving forward in the competition, and then also just the sheer skill involved for executing their plan.
Oh man, I love the way Sadat does clothing. So minimal in his strokes, and he's just able to describe fabric so wonderfully.
Absolutely. Sort of a theme mentioned earlier, doing a lot with a little.
And from Andre here, the addition of the yellow into the eyes is just setting everything off.
Absolutely. Explosive and ferocious. There's a lot of energy and spirit in this image.
And the level of symmetry here is also just really, really satisfying. I think that that's also a great battle strategy for the audience and how they're going to interpret and enjoy this piece.
People love symmetry.
I know I do, and it's just so much fun, even us just on the stream, just getting to watch him do one side and then match it on the other. It's like a visual ASMR.
We must have synesthesia.
We got some great bids coming in as well. Raj at 350 on Cassandra Melandra's piece from round number 2. If you want to participate in the auction, you can do so at the link that's on the screen, artbattle.com/AB2425. Whoa, this piece from Ariel, evolving even more.
We are arriving at the surreal and fantastical realm that was reached in the previous painting. Here we have an amazing double moon. What is this place? How can I get there?
It's just so wonderful. Like, every so often we get an artist who just has such a unique style and point of view, and I'm so happy that Ariel is painting with us for her first time in Art Battle, and that we get to see her creation process and get a little bit of insight into how her mind works.
How her mind works indeed. And it's so cool to see a very different image than the one that was painted before with the swamp creature. And here we're seeing a fantastical interplanetary scene, equally imaginative.
And we can see that Natasha has now added just a little bit of blue into the teeth, which is a great strategy for making the teeth kind of recede into the mouth and not be those kind of classic chiclet teeth that are very easy to paint. Or, sorry, teeth are so hard to paint, and it's easy to paint them as chiclet teeth, but you gotta tone them out and add some different colors in there, and we can see Natasha working on that now.
I guess the more details and contrast you add to the teeth, it can often make teeth look dirty. So, you know, you don't want to make them look too prominent in the image.
Yeah, she's definitely chosen a difficult subject matter here, but we're getting a very good treatment of the way that she's honing in on this mouth and balancing points of saturation with points that are a little bit more toned out and neutralized.
Absolutely, and quite the scale as well. A very unique, interesting competition or composition.
Oh, this piece is so satisfying. This work from Sadat, I think, is so strong. Oh my God, look at the pattern that he's got on the clothing now. Wow.
Truly a beautiful image here.
And so much of the strength for Sadat in this piece is that not only is it truly stunning up close in person, like we are right up to it here, but it also works graphically from farther away as well, which is how much of the audience is experiencing it.
That's a great point. And that feature itself will lend itself well to any space that it does arrive at, you know, whether it be a living room, a bedroom. It could go amazingly in an artist's studio or a dance hall.
And just the way that he is just suggesting these flowers and how he's allowing the background to shine through to create those lighter points of the petals. Just gorgeous.
And it really invites the imagination to be involved with the generation of their true vibrancy.
Oh, I love watching this. I just love watching this. So that is he's a performer that is able to really capture your attention.
Absolutely.
And now our black line work from Andre, that satisfying moment.
When I first saw his image here on this round, Basquiat came to mind with the sort of gestural, rudimentary drawing, stylistic elements tied in.
Yeah, I'm definitely vibing with that and totally understanding where you're coming from with that. There's like a slight element of primitivism here, and it's such a cool stylistic technique.
Absolutely, but truly unique in itself.
Oh, I hope we pan down again. I love there's this purple line in the mouth that is so nice. I always end up choosing my kind of favorite 2 inches of a painting. Getting so excited about it. Ooh, figures now!
Yes, okay, we are not alone. We are walking hand in hand with, who are these people? And walking so close to this gorge. It's a gorgeous gorge.
Walking so close to our gorgeous gorge, and it just providing that sense of unease that they're so close to the edge, and we just caught this gorgeous moment of Ariel just punching in the shadows too, providing that directionality and emphasizing the light source of our double moons here.
And before the figures arrived, there was a feeling of almost loneliness, or it evoked the thought, am I alone in this alien planet? And now we know we're not, but are we the only two?
Just wild. Just wild. Sometimes there's a piece that stops me in my tracks, and this is that for me. And we're even getting to see how it works from farther away too.
Which is awesome.
Ooh, Natasha's piece coming together really well here. Getting that punch of highlight on the side of the nose and just framing the nostril. She has only 2 minutes remaining on this piece to finish up any final details.
And as we've seen, a lot can happen in 2 minutes, so it's very exciting to see what's going to unfold here.
And the shadow work on the bottom lip that leaves that point of saturation right in the middle with the emphasis of that red is just such an effective technique as well.
Absolutely.
The blue hair contrasting all of the red just allows this piece to just shine.
It is such a pleasing splash of color, meeting my eyes, cones and rods. They are just loving it. I hope you're loving it at home too, folks.
Yes, we would love to hear in the comments who you guys are rooting for, who you're voting for. Voting is now officially open at artbattle.com/AB2425. Make sure that you can get registered if you haven't already.
I also want to mention just how beautiful the pattern is that has that Sadat has captured in the robe.
That's the 1 minute to go in the third and final round.
It's stunning. The pattern that he's been able to create is just so stunning, and I think that the little lines that he's got going in the pattern too, he just established with just the edge of his brush. And we're definitely getting into kind of this almost like an evil energy from Andre's character here. It's very confrontational.
Absolutely, those eyes. Hard to feel at ease with those eyes.
A very intense third and final round here at Art Battle Toronto. Very, very exciting. All 4 artists in our final just really brought their A game. And of course, a huge congratulations to all 12 of our artists who painted with us this evening. It takes a lot of courage and creativity to step up to the easel and reveal artwork the way that these guys do. If you're interested in becoming an Art Battle artist, we have events all over the world. Go to artbattle.com/register and apply to paint. We would love to see your work. But in the meantime, your job now is to vote. Only one artist will be moving forward to the Toronto City Finals from this event tonight. Will it be Sadat, Andre, Ariel, or Natasha? You, the audience, decides. Register to vote at artbattle.com/AB2425, and we will be announcing our winning artist very, very shortly as the votes roll in. And make sure that you check out the auction while you're on that link as well. We are having some spicy bids coming in and a little bit of bidding war action going on quite a few of these pieces. So always interesting to check that out. And you don't need to be in the room to bid on any of these pieces. We will ship them to you. Our winner announcement coming in just a few minutes. What an epic night of live competitive painting in Toronto. A huge congratulations to our winner, first-time battle artist, Ariel Hosseini. Ariel Hosseini will be joining the Toronto finalists in June and will be representing in Toronto for the chance to go to nationals. Very, very exciting stuff. We will be back on the stream on Friday for a teams event in Ottawa, and also for our Chicago event, and we will be in Boston on Sunday for the Boston City Finals. So stay tuned to all of our social media at Art Battle and check out the streams. Congratulations once again to Ariel. A huge thank you also to my co-host, Tyson Cody. You can see his handle on the screen at Tyson Cody if you want to follow him there, and I am Morgan Boothart. And as well, a massive, massive thank you to all 12 of our artists who painted with us tonight. It takes a huge amount of creativity and courage to bring live art to life in front of the audience the way that you do. We would not be Art Battle without you. And of course, our opening painter, Natasha Dishman. All of these pieces are still available at the silent auction for just a few more minutes. So make sure that you head over to the link that's on the screen if you want to continue participating in the auction there. All right, thank you so much, everyone, and good night.